statement.
Yeah, excited to be back in the NCAA tournament. We got a group of seniors that played in the tournament last year. They've been looking all forward all year to this opportunity, and happy to be in Seattle on the West Coast, and excited to play tomorrow.
Questions, please. Please raise your hand for a microphone.
Hi, Bryce. Kyle Goon from the Baltimore Banner. You mentioned your guys, a bunch of them were here last year. What did you take away from last year's experience, and what do you think guys who have not been in this environment before might struggle without that experience?
I think last year's experience helped a lot of our guys to want to come back this year to Grand Canyon. It's really hard to retain players in college basketball today. And the success that they had, the energy from our fan base, that was a huge part to get a lot of our guys to come back. So we're thankful for that. I do think they know the routine, they know what's expected, and a lot of them came back for this reason, for the conference tournament and hopefully the NCAA tournament. So we've seen a different level of focus, different level of energy, from our older players, because this is what they've been looking forward to for a year. As far as the newness, there's also an excitement to the newness. When it is your first time or second time going, it does bring you, a renewed energy, because even though it's your first time, it is a lot of fun, and sometimes, makes you play better.
Hey, Bryce, Tim Booth from the Seattle Times. Did you notice any notable changes, I guess, last year having won a tournament game, whether that's sort of the impression of the program or just sort of the way guys carried themselves knowing that they had gone to the tournament and gotten a victory?
Yeah, all of the above. I think it put our program in a different space as far as recruiting, as far as, I think just nationally, people knowing our program. And, not just winning the game, but, again, we were up on Alabama with 6 minutes left, and they ended up going to the Final Four. So, we didn't back down. Like, we played up and down with them the whole game. So, I think it gave our guys a lot of confidence. And, we kind of left the season on a high last year. This year's team, we have a lot of returners, it's been a different feeling, kind of a different vibe that we have. And it's taken us a while to figure it out, but this last week was our best week of basketball. So we're hoping we can continue that trend and keep playing really good basketball.
Any other questions in here? Oh, there we go.
Hey, Coach. Michael Potter, GCU Radio. A lot of returning faces from last year. What is it? One of the new faces, Jacoby Cole's, meant to you guys?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. We put him in a tough situation. We brought him in because we had, every other starter back except him, and he's done a really good job finding his way and being himself. And I think our team has understood his game much better. About 3/4 through the season, we just saw Jacoby get way more comfortable, in his spots on the floor, and our team get way more comfortable with him, playing through him some with his catches. And so he's been an awesome addition, and tournament MVP was well deserving. He played that well for us.
Hey, Bryce. Damian Alameda, 13 News, Tucson. Arizona Wildcat question for you. What do you remember about Liam Lloyd's time at GCU?
Yeah, we loved Liam. When I first got to GCU, Liam was signed to come there, so got to coach him for 2 years and be around him, and loved his energy. Really tough player on the court. Knew the game, like a coach, and we were happy coaching for 2 years. We're happy that he's with his dad Tommy right now, and whatever he decides to do, if he wants to coach, we'll definitely be calling him to want to come back to Grand Canyon and help us coach, or if he wants to do something else, he'll be successful. Great young man.
Paul Coro, GCULibs.com. I know you haven't been here long, but have you felt a different air about, like, especially your starting lineup, the guys that have been in the tournament, and even when you're in practice back home and in getting here, is there a different?
It definitely helps that they've been here. I think they know the routine, they know the steps to get to the game, and they're excited for every step, but obviously they know how to prepare themselves for the game. And, as a coach, some games you have to use a lot of motivation to get guys excited to play. It's nice when you get to this stage. The guys are looking forward to it themselves. And, I think collaboratively together, they're helping each other in the process, to make sure that we're connected as a team.
Brian Peterson with AZ Desert Swarm. This time of year, all the highlights from past tournaments come around, and your shot will always be brought up. Do you use that in any way to like motivate your players about how like anything can happen in this tournament?
Unfortunately, they weren't even born then, so they don't have any clue really about it. And the answer would be no. But I'm very thankful for that moment. And, I obviously love the NCAA tournament. It's been such a big piece of my life, my family's life through the years. So it always gives me a warm heart, seeing that clip. But it also gives me a warm heart when I see Gabe McLaughlin, last year pumping his fist, on commercials for what he's done for Grand Canyon. So, it's such a fun time this time of year, and we're just thankful to be part of it.
Hi, Bryce. Derek Queen is such a unique player for Maryland, and a lot of offense goes through him. He had 31 points in his last game. Have you seen a big, not a lot of bigs like him, but have you seen a big that facilitates like he does, and what do you kind of point to your team as some of the things, the ways he can hurt you?
Yeah, the more you watch, the worse it gets when you're the opposing coach. You watch a couple clips and you think, okay, well, maybe we can try this or do this. And the more film you watch, well, they tried it, it didn't work. They tried it, it didn't work. And so, he's just an excellent player. That's why he's a lottery pick. He has great feet, he has great hands, he has great feel. He sets great screens. Looks like a great teammate out there. So, I don't know if he's the type of player that you stop. He's just that talented and that good. But, obviously we're going to do our best and throw some different things and, do the best that we can on him.
Anything else here in person? There are a couple more.
Hey, Coach, fifth year at GCU, fourth tournament. What do you attribute that success to over the time you've been here?
Yeah, thankful for, obviously tremendous administration from the president down. We have president here, President Mueller, and, his vision for basketball, the day one that he hired me, was to get to moments like this. And they've walked step by step with me the whole way and really helped support our program, support athletics, which is so important, especially in today's world. And, our fan base is spectacular. We don't get to, where we get, without the support we get from them.